Hi, this is Chris with EverydayVBA. In this video, we're going to be doing the solution to the Macro Monday challenge of resize a range. Now, I kind of give you a huge hint by calling it resize, but we're just going to go ahead and dig in and show you how we did that. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to add a module. I'm also in my VB editor. If you need to get back there, you hit Alt F11. So I added a module. We're going to call this ResizeSelection. I could call all sorts of things. Now, I couldn't call it resize because that's a designated word. First thing we need to do is do an input box. We're just going to do that X, input box, and enter width, W-I-D-T-H. It's funny, I'm writing this stuff out and I feel like I'm going to misspell something. Input box, enter height. Okay, so now we've got my X and Y. So now all we need to do is we need to resize that selection. So you could do a couple things. You could actually set the selection equal to the range, resize your range, and then select it. I found that the easiest way to do this is just do selection, and then you're going to do resize, and then you're going to do X, comma, Y, and then you need to select that. When I was looking at this, kind of trying to simplify this the most that I could, I did try to just do Selection.Resize. That ran into some issues, and it really ran into some issues because it couldn't resize. It was trying to resize what was already there, and so you had to resize it and then select it. So now we need to do a couple things as well. We need to do some error handling because it's very possible that someone's going to put in a negative number, and so we just need to put in some error handling. So we're going to go on error GoTo ERR handler, and we got an error handler right there, and so we need to do an exit sub right here, and what that's going to do is if everything goes right, it's going to just exit the sub right there. If it does not, we're going to put in a MsgBox, MsgBox, could not resize. Okay, so that should be really all the code that we need right there. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I've got a selection here. I'm going to hit F8. We're going to go through this. I've got to tell it where to go to. We should be good to go. So it's going to ask, we're going to do a 2 by 2, and I'm just hitting F8 so they can go line by line, and you'll notice that it just resized that selection, and since there was no error, I didn't have to go to my error handler. So now let's try this again. I'm going to go from a 1 to, I'm going to go to a 1 1, and we'll, okay, and that's going to give me an error. Actually did that on accident. So let's see if the error handler works. It does, and it's going to say could not resize. So let's do this one more time. We're going to convert this to a 1 1, and you'll notice that it shrinks. Now you'll also notice that it only resizes from the upper left right, the top left cell. So if we were to do this again and we did 10 by 10, it's going to do a 10 by 10 from the upper left and right. So that is your Macro Monday solution. I hope you enjoyed.